This Sunday, December 7th at 1:05 p.m., the Centennial Concert Hall will once again be awash in the glorious sound of low brass as the Manitoba Band Association presents its annual Holiday Tuba Festival. Since 2002, tuba and euphonium players of all ages and skill levels have gathered for this beloved tradition, coming together in a massive low brass choir to spread holiday cheer through festive music. It's a concert guaranteed to warm you from the inside out with the waves of rich, bassy, sonorous sound. Forget the treble and turn up the bass. These tubas deliver the holidays with a big, bold, fat sound. And yes, that's fat spelt with a capital PH. And joining me here in the Classic 107 studio to talk about the Holiday Tuba Festival at the Concert Hall this Sunday afternoon, I am joined by Ross Brownlee, who will be conducting the low brass choir, Brent Johnson, the Executive Director of the Manitoba Band Association, Vanessa Noastofsky, one of the founding members of the original Tuba Fest and the band director at Ecole Regent Park, and two of her students, Emma and Zandria. Hello to you all. It's so great to have you here.
Hello.
So, Vanessa, first things first, what did we just hear? And can you introduce your fellow tubists?
Yeah, so we just played an arrangement of Joy to the World, and it was arranged by Scott Irvine. And myself were playing euphonium alongside with Kevin James on euphonium, and we had Aaron Egan on tuba.
Sounds great. Vanessa, you've been with the Tuba Festival pretty much since the beginning. Take us back to the beginning. Well, how did it start? And can you just talk about how it's evolved over since 2002?
Totally. I think it was like the year before it started. Richard Griffiths, who was a tuba player from Regina Symphony, came and did a presentation of some sort, and he had spoken about Tuba Christmas. And so the following year, MBA decided to start our own Holiday Tuba Festival. And I remember my band teacher, Rob Monson, who was also one of the committee members, pulled me and another student aside in one of the practice rooms in the band room and was like, hey, we're thinking of doing this thing. Let's try out some music, see if this works. And we tried it out in the back of the practice room, and it was fun. And he's like, hey, this thing is going to happen. How about we do it? And so a bunch of us, I think there was probably about 45 of us euphonium and tuba players, all came out to, I think it was at Dakota Collegiate for a rehearsal. And then we zipped across the street to St. Vital Mall, and all 45 of us performed these Christmas carols at the mall. And eventually it became such a popular event with us low brass players and even non-low brass players who are masquerading as low brass players.
Wannabe low brass players.
Yes, they decided we were super cool and decided to join in on the fun. And so when we outgrew St. Vital Mall, then we moved over to the concert hall, and we've been there ever since. So it's been quite the journey, but definitely a fun one.
Mm-hmm. And Brent, when did the Manitoba Band Association become involved, and what kind of exposure does an event like this give to the MBA and music education in general in the province?
Yeah, well, like Vanessa was saying, our involvement goes back to the very beginnings of the event here in Manitoba in around 2002. In terms of an educational opportunity. I mean, the really wonderful thing about Holiday Tuba Festival is this brings together musicians of literally all ages and experience levels, including a few wannabe low brass players, because they just can't miss out on this experience. There's nothing quite like the Holiday Tuba Festival, and the community that comes from that, and just an opportunity for players of all levels to come together and make some music together.
Mm-hmm. It really is for any level of player, young students and pros. How many tubists and euphonium players are we expecting on Sunday?
Well, as of this morning, we've got 71 folks registered,
Wow.
which is awesome.
Yes.
And I'm expecting we'll have a few more than that yet. So there may be close to 80 of us Sunday morning. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. And Vanessa, I know one of the issues was just like rebounding from COVID. Would you say that the rebound has happened?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think our first year back after COVID, we were at about maybe 50 or 60 people. So it's definitely, we've seen a lot of growth since then. So it's nice to have everyone back and newcomers come back and join us as well.
Ross, I'm going to turn it over to you. It's so great to see you again and have you here. This is your first year conducting the Tuba Festival, but you're a low brass player. You're a trombone player. I would imagine this is not your first tuba rodeo. Have you taken part in the Tuba Festival before?
I have.
Brought out a euphonium?
I absolutely love it. It just makes me happy every year. And so we were just talking about this. So I'm a trombone player, but trombones aren't allowed. But I have to go back. It'll show my age. But my first, it was called Tuba Christmas at the time, was in Chicago. I was a student in Chicago, and we went to this big Hilton hotel in downtown Chicago. I remember this was a very powerful event, and there were probably about 300 tuba, euphonium, and trombone players in this thing.
Wow.
It was mind-blowing. And some guy got up there, lots of people got up and conducted, and it was just sort of an hour of these Christmas carol arrangements. It was mind-blowing. It was a whole new experience, so much fun, and then I was addicted after that. And so when I managed to do it also, I played in Tuba Christmases in Montreal, where I lived for several years. And then moving back to Winnipeg, there's no trombones allowed here. It's the low brass, but valves only. So I had to dust off my very creaky fingers and see if I could do some euphonium. But I've been involved in it for the last many, many years as a player, and it always makes me happy. I get my Santa hat on. And now to be up in front of all these people, it's going to be an absolute blast. It's probably the most fun gig that there is in the world.
Brent, talk us through the day. When does registration start? When does the one rehearsal happen? And how long is the performance going to be?
Yeah, so we'll be asking folks to arrive between 11:15 and 11:30 or so, and I think we get underway with rehearsal at 11:45 for about an hour and a half. We do give the musicians a bit of a chop break after that, and then doors to the concert hall open at 1 o'clock to the public, and we get underway at 1:05, and the concert will be about 40 minutes or so, probably.
Fantastic. It's going to be so much fun. And Ross, what are you looking forward to most about conducting this massive low brass choir? You played in it, now you're going to conduct it. Is it going to be a transparent sound just because you just have the two voices of tuba and euphonium?
Oh, no. Well, I don't think so. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. It's a wash of sound. It's like this warm bath of low brass sound that just happens. Being the conductor is one of the most amazing spots because it's like surround sound. You're in the middle of it all. Yeah. And you've got, beautiful young people like these who are going to be playing their instruments, and you've got folks that are old and grizzly like me that are playing their instruments. And it's just this beautiful connection, a community of people that may or may not know each other, but they're making this lovely, warm fun. And I mean, you got tubas and euphoniums. You have to be a little bit tongue-in-cheek here, right? Like it's fun. They're known as like galumphy sort of tuba, but it's not. And the concert hall, the atrium, the grand entrance of the concert hall, is such a wonderful place. The acoustics in there for the low brass are pretty magnificent. So it's kind of like the concert before the concert. And it's it's a once-a-year experience. I'm really looking forward to it. And a little bit nervous. I mean, it's something new. When you haven't done something, you're always a little bit nervous. But basically, I'm going in very excited and just to meet people and make Christmas carols together. It'll be terrific.
And I want to talk to a couple of the younger folks. Emma and Zandria, I'm going to turn it over to you. You're both in grade 6. Why did you each choose to play euphonium? Emma, I'm going to start with you.
Well, when I was choosing the instruments, we had the pick option. It was the one I wanted to play because it was the easiest one. My mom said I should do the flute because it's tiny and you could move it around easier. But I'm like, no, I want to do this one.
And Emma, how about you? Or sorry, Zandria, how about you?
Well, I wanted an instrument that looked pretty easy, and flute and clarinet had like a lot of keys, so I didn't really want any of those, and trumpet was kind of hard to play. And trombone was just like really slidey, so I didn't like that one. And tuba was really, really big, so I decided to end up on euphonium.
And other than lugging all the metal around, what's the most challenging thing about playing euphonium? Zandria, I'll start with you.
Probably the most challenging thing is playing those like really, really low notes or the really, really high notes. I'm used to like the middle notes kind of.
And Emma?
Well, like, I don't really like doing things in front of people, but like, it's easier to do it with other people.
Power in numbers.
Also, like, the low notes are pretty easy unless you're changing from like a high middle note to that low note. It's just like, I can't get it.
Not yet.
What's the most fun thing about playing euphonium, Emma?
If I get frustrated, I get to blow really hard.
And Zandria?
Probably like being able to impress like my family and friends with the new songs that I know how to play.
Yeah, that's always it. Have you both had a chance to look at the music that you're going to be playing on Sunday, or are you going to walk in cold and do what we call sight reading?
I've been able to look at the music, but I haven't really been able to practice it, but I'm going to start practicing soon.
My mom just printed the music, and I went over with Madame, and then it just didn't make sense, so I'm gonna start tomorrow.
Sounds great. Ross, Brent, and Vanessa, what are some of the Christmas and holiday carols that the Low Brass Choir will be performing? And can you talk about the arrangements? I mean, one of the cool things is, you can have really beginner players play the arrangements, but really advanced players. How do you keep it interesting for the advanced players and simple enough for the beginner players?
So I can speak to that. So originally we had used these arrangements. I'm not exactly sure where they came from originally, but I know I have the original red book with the coil binding on it still, and so those just kind of appeared. And when you registered, you got this coil book of tunes, and then we realized that we kind of broke down the tunes in terms of beginner, medium, and more advanced. And then we realized that maybe some of the beginner ones either were actually not so much beginner, or there was only maybe like 4 or 5 that beginner players could play. Right. And so there was no way, or if like a grade 6 student was coming who had only been playing for a couple of months, there was no way that they would ever come back because they'd be like, well, this is too hard. Yeah. So we decided to write some arrangements that were very much simplified so that they could still take part in the fun, play more pieces, and feel accomplished and feel confident enough to return. And I know that from speaking to people who have participated in the ensemble before, to see that growth of like, okay, well, this year I can play like so many of them, or I can only play the level 1 parts. Now I'm playing like, okay, the easier versions of some of the other pieces. And then, okay, now I can play them more. And like each year, play a little bit more, play a little bit of a harder part, or play more accurately and confidently. So it's been neat to be able to expand that. And then that's probably improved our numbers as well, too, amount of participants, because they're either returning because they do have that confidence, but also it's like, well, more people can participate and we can include younger players as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Ross, as a conductor for the group, what do you hope the audience will take away as listeners?
Oh, pure joy, and that warm sound bath. It's you just can't help be happy when you walk around, and it's great to see the audience, because if you know the concert hall, there's different levels of balconies, and you can actually look down on the players from the first and second level, and people are just, they hear this sound when they come in, and it's, what is that? And then come up and see, and it really is something to see 80 or 100 tubas and euphoniums playing. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So there's just this joy and excitement, and again, like, you don't always think tubas and euphoniums when Christmas carols come to mind, but we're going to do it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sound.
It is. It's awesome.
And Emma and Zandria, what are you most excited about for Sunday? Emma?
I get to play in front of people. It just sounds really fun, and I like getting to do stuff. I like being busy and having stuff to do. Otherwise, I'm just sitting there staring at the wall. So this would be better than staring at the wall.
100% better. Yeah.
And Zandria?
I'm probably really excited. Like, I am really excited to be able to decorate my euphonium and like go crazy because I love decorations, and be able to like perform for like a bunch of people and be at the Centennial Concert Hall.
Fantastic. Emma, Zandria, Ross, Vanessa, and Brent, this has just been so much fun. I hope the Tuba Festival touches all the right bases. See what I did there? I hope it's a huge success. And as a band person myself, I just think it's so awesome that a community as vibrant as Manitoba has the ability to put something like this together. It's just terrific. Thank you all for making the time to stop by and talk to me today. And Vanessa, you and your cohorts are going to play us out. What are we going to hear?
We will end with the classic, We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
I'll let you play us out.